Well, hi everybody. How you doing tonight? This is Saturday, and I was gonna do this way early, and now it's almost 11 o'clock, so I probably won't get this, probably say Sunday on the video. Um, I hope you're all doing great out there, and I really didn't know what to read on. My friend Mark gave me some stuff to read on, and bless his heart. And sometimes I feel like I'm more prepared than I am tonight, but let's just hope my guides got me. I'm coming through. I always worry so much about them coming in, and they always do. So I don't have a rant. Not real happy with what the Supreme Court did with affirmative action, but at the same time, I don't know. There's so many things wrong with the colleges. A lot of it's just a class problem. All these guys got parents and grandparents that went to these schools, they've got a leg up in all of them. Most of them are white and rich. So a lot of it's a class problem. Uh, I don't know the answer. Something probably needs to be done. But at the current time, with everything like it is, I feel like they should have just left it like it was because it was more fair than what it is now. But that's just my feeling. Um, so we're going to start out with the main question Mark wanted me to ask tonight with these cards. And like I said, I haven't done any political cards since I did them last week. I don't touch these during the week for political stuff, or if I'm not doing a YouTube deal, I don't use these cards even. So I did cleanse my cards though. I was watching somebody talk about cleansing cards, and I've cleansed crystals. I've all my life I've cleansed all kinds of stuff, and usually put it out in the moonlight sometimes. Although I don't want my cards to get damp, sometimes it gets damp out in San Diego. Put them out in the sunlight. I did put them out in the sunlight this week. My well, actually, I put them out in the sunlight. Lucky they work at all. I put them out in the sunlight and forgot them, and they stayed out all night. But they weren't damp the next day. But if I'd have left them, whatever. In San Diego, you get a lot of fog and overcast in the morning sometimes. So I'm glad that it didn't rain or anything on them, because I love these old cards because they just now got worn out enough to where I can shuffle them good. When they were new, they were just so hard for me to handle. Nothing like bragging and then dropping your cards on the floor. Oh, you have little faith. Quit bragging about how you can shuffle the old deck. So, so let's see what's going on here. I think I'll read for this month and just go into each week. But I think I'll end with that, maybe. And I'm going to start with some questions that Mark wanted me to ask. So I think I call this video What's Going On in July. I don't know. That's on the bottom of the deck, but I haven't shuffled either. So let's see what's going on here. Get my yellow pencil out of here because I like to mark what I've done and what I haven't done. So for some reason, I don't feel as prepared as usual. Not that I usually feel prepared. Anyway, I'm going to quit making excuses and just read. So we wanted to start to see Giuliani got what they call a proper. And that's they call it sometimes queen for a day, sometimes queen for a season. I don't think they know for sure what kind of proper he got, if it was just for that one, what he said in one session, or if he's actually the worm's turn totally, or what's going on. So let's see. We're going to look at Giuliani, but this is going to be what went on in this session that he just came out of, and for this proper and what's going on. And let's see if he spilled the beans. I think it's more, I was just told it's a lot worse than spilling beans. I just was told that a second before that even got out of my mouth. Wrong expression. And I thought, well, it wasn't dirty. I thought maybe they were picking. My guides don't usually talk about my language, but it's not my language. And it said, no, that's not a harsh enough word. So that kind of tells me before I even start that there probably is going to be something in here about him spilling a lot of stuff. So let's see. I'm so excited I get to go to a birthday dinner tomorrow night. My daughter's taking some of us out for her son's birthday down by the bay here in San Diego, so it'd be beautiful out sunset on the bay. So, but the most beautiful thing isn't because the place is going to be wonderful. It's going to be just getting to spend time with my grandson and his significant other and my daughter and her husband. So it's just nice to be around family and heal up a little bit. And she's been so busy traveling, I haven't seen him much lately, even though we live only 4 miles away. So, so I'm all excited about that. So this is going to be Rudy Giuliani. Come on, cards. High Priestess fell out. Looks like there's a lot of secrets coming out. Things we don't even know at all. Maybe this is his insurance. You know, he always used to say he had an insurance policy if push comes to shove. Maybe he's using it already. Let's hope he's using that insurance policy already and just spilling his guts. I remember him saying that 2 or 3 different times, that he wasn't really worried about anything because if it got hard on him, he had an insurance policy against Trump. He even said once against Trump. So I think that was on Fox News or that OAN or something like that on an interview. So let's see. Rudy Giuliani, what's going on with you? Wow. Couldn't think of a nicer person to tell everything. Whoa. I'd say, yeah, he's going to tell a lot. The signifier is him walking away from the bully. Tired of it. Tired of being worried. Tired of not being able to pay his bills. Tired of not having any of this money shared with him that Trump's got coming in to pay his legal bills. So, being left out of the program, not paid when he was supposed to be. He's just tired of it. Bullshit. I'm an old man. I ain't going to jail for that asshole. And this is he's really been looking back. This is the influence over this. Seeing just how much he wants to tell. He wants to tell it all. It looks like from the ground up. It looks like he's going to start at the beginning and go all the way through. I had a spider bite me on the back of my head. It's been 3 or 4 days ago, but it's so big. It's still sore. And then I had one bite me on my arm. Anyway, in the foundation, we got the 10 of Pentacles. So I think Giuliani knows more history than Trump thinks he does. about money things, money exchanges, where the family money's buried. I'm hearing buried. I don't know why buried came into that. Could be in a bank overseas, but buried came out. But he knows where not only where the bodies are buried, he knows where the money's buried. And that's one reason he's angry. I can feel him being angry because he was thinking if he just gave me some help with even a good defense or something, I might have tried to fight this. But anyway, he kind of left him no other position. That's what I'm feeling. But Rudy definitely knows where all the family money is and where all knows a lot of stuff. Not to have been a personal lawyer, just a friend push political lawyer. Let's steal the election. But so anyway, he knows. This is all stuff he knows. That's all the money he knows where it's at, and this is all the different things he knows that could put Donald Trump under. Got the spy card. This is also sometimes Michael, my favorite angel, but this is the spy card. So yeah, I think he's going to tell everything. I think he's going to tell everything he knows about the money and what was going on. That's what it looks like so far. He's going to be the star witness. We're going to be hearing about Rudy because he's got a lot of, I'm hearing holes to fill in, creases to fill in. He could fill in all the crevices where they're not sure where they're still searching around in them, and he knows what they're full of and where they're at. One thing that's making him feel like he has no choice to do this is his 7th house, is because he feels like he's been robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because it's so expensive, his bills, from his lawyer's bills and all that kind of stuff, and all the other, he's got those 2 women, bless their hearts, who are suing him, and he didn't, anyway, he's got all kinds of expenses, and he hasn't had any help from it. So he feels like he almost has no choice but to be the star witness, because what's he going to do, die of a heart attack? Or he feels like they're just stacking bricks up on top of him every day that he can't take care of, and it's not like Trump had any money put back to help him, or if he did have money put back to help him, he used it himself or sent it elsewhere. So that's part of it. He feels like he had no choice because of the money, because of his circumstances, because this is in the 7th house. This is his circumstances. The energy around that is, this was like some promises that was made, 2 or 3 promises, looks like 3, that didn't get fulfilled. Maybe part of it was putting money overseas for him, but money he could actually get a hold of if he needed it for something. But there was like 3 big, huge promises that Trump made and looked him right in the eye while he was telling him that he didn't come through with. And the biggest one that's putting him in a position where he has no choice is because he doesn't have enough money to pay any of his bills. And it was, even if Trump wasn't going to let him use his lawyers and make it that obvious and stuff, I can't believe that he didn't figure out some way to funnel money to somebody that knows as much about his operation as Rudy did. But maybe he's such a narcissist, he thinks he's not going to get caught and nobody would dare rat on him. Who knows what he's thinking? I used to think I understood him, but no, I don't. His hopes and fears is Donald Trump. He's always, felt like, used to always feel protected as long as he was his buddy, and he's kind of afraid of him. Don't want to hear what he has to say, but he's been pushed where there's no choice. And I love this. This is the outcome. The outcome is a shining light on everything. I think maybe he's, like I said, I think he not only knows almost everything, even though he seems goofy and senile, but if they lock him up, in fact, they're going to have to detox him, give him something to keep him from going into hurting himself, because from what they say about as much alcohol as he drinks. But this is shining the light on everything. This is telling everything. So let's go back through here real quick. This is Donald Trump. He's come to the conclusion he's got to walk away from this bully because of all the broken promises and stuff. And he's looked back through things, trying to see what he could tell and what he couldn't tell, and already decided he's just going to have to tell it all once he starts this story. Maybe for some sympathy. He knows where so many deals that's gone on with the Trumps and the organization and political stuff, but where the money went, what the money is, how much it is, where the biggest grifts are. And he's already thought this over, and he's ready to take this whole bundle of information into him. So that's probably why we got the spy in the camp / Michael, whatever you want to call this card, depends on who you're reading for and how you're reading for it, because it would be like Michael coming through and helping us if he's honest and tells everything he knows. And it looks like he's going to tell a lot, because here he is being the big star. Likes being the star, and he'll just be the star witness. Maybe that's what he's got in mind. He was put into this position by Donald Trump because he didn't have the money to take care of his legal fees or any of the money that Trump had promised him. He promised him all kinds of stuff. And he was running all over the world, and those plane tickets and all that kind of stuff. From what I understand, he wasn't even getting paid for that. It was, Donald Trump said something about he pays people when they come up with stuff. So who knows? So he's, that was his fantasy buddy. Asshole buddies, him and Trump. And there was about 3 major promises he made to him, and he didn't keep any of them. So, he still fears Trump a little bit. Everybody, don't like to be bullied and called names and all that kind of crap. But it doesn't make any difference. He's telling everything. This looks like he's telling everything he knows. Well, it kind of goes with Rudy, not because anything calling him like a turncoat. They'd all sell their own mother out. But it's like the attention. We got the star and the sun in these 10 cards, and that's not the only main arcanas in there. Might be. Oh, it was. That's good. Only 2. That's what I'm so used to getting so many. So yeah. So he knows where all the bodies are buried. He knows where all the money's buried. He has been pushed to the point where he has no choice but to go in and talk, because he can't even afford a good counsel for himself because Trump didn't pay him the money he owed him. He never pays anybody the money he owes them, from what people say. But that's that has to come back and bite you in the butt someday. Think if he had paid everybody like he said he would, he might have had a lot less backstabbing people ready to go talk to the federal government and whoever else they're talking to about this. So, anyway. So that's on Rudy Giuliani. And he's not going to get out of this with nothing, but it might be the difference with him spending if he tells as much as it looks like he's going to tell those cards, he might even get out of it with just 13 months or something in a good, easy prison. Who knows? Might get out of there easier than anybody else if he comes through with more and the quickest and has the most information. Who knows? None of us know, but it looks like if they give him a good deal, It looked like they already gave him a good deal, and it's already sealed and delivered. So that was interesting, to me, anyway. So what else have we got here? There's about 3 of these before I start doing it for the month of July. We'll cross that out. The first thing that my friend Mark wanted to know was about Jack Smith. He wants to know. He wanted me to concentrate on one thing about Jack Smith. What does Jack Smith think about Trump? What does he think about him? Well, by being an observer, I don't think he could think too much very good of him. That's for sure. I can't imagine it myself, thinking too much very good for him. So, I know I'm a Libra with 3, maybe 4 planets besides my sun sign in Libra when I was born, with 2 Libra parents. And so I'm slower to anger than almost anybody that I ever knew. Not when I was a child or an adolescent, but as an adult and stuff. But as somebody, even years ago, when sometimes I'd go a long time, never really lose my temper at anything, you know, maybe my children when they were little. I'm not saying that probably too much, but if I drove up to the school one time and seen 3 people talking to my son, and I thought they weren't being nice to him. It looked very obvious to me, and of course I see energy anyway. And he was about in junior high then, and I can remember jumping out of that and going after all 3 of them like, anyway, I can really get mad if I think somebody's not being fair to any of my kids, and that's even me. And I was trying to think of what birth sign Jack Smith is. Is he an Aries? I don't think he's an Aries. He reminds me of an Aries. I bet you he's got planets in Aries. But anyway, I'm sure he doesn't have fond feelings for Donald Trump because of all the bullshit he's put out there. I mean, you can't totally hear all this crap and not, especially when it's about your family. If it was just about him, about the case, about this or that, this man's been doing this all of his life and he's a professional. But when they talk about your wife and your kids, I bet you, I have a feeling that he don't think too highly of Trump. So he wants to know what Jack Smith thinks about Trump. So let's see what's coming up. What does Jack Smith think about Trump? Looks like he thinks he's going to get his ass. I'm hearing your ass is grass and I'm the lawnmower here. Look at this. Oh, wow. We got the King of Swords as a signifier. Definitely the law coming after him. With all kinds of help. With a huge posse behind him. Here's the whatever, all the federal government, the AG, the everything backing him. Look at this. Getting this help from all these different law enforcement places. Anything, getting help. So he's probably thinking if Donald Trump had a brain in his head or any sense, he'd just he'd shut his damn mouth. But it's too late for that, for anything that, it's not, no matter if he shut his mouth tomorrow, Jack Smith's not going to think any more highly of him than he's ever done. We got the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. This is interesting. This is kind of the show. Sometimes, as stupid as this is, sometimes this card reminded me of Ivanka ever since she's been into this. Like, she puts on this face of being so sweet and kind and whatever, classy or whatever. And then they said when Donald Trump had the apprentice that she just cussed like a sailor all the time and her voice was heavier and rougher. So I don't know, but I'm thinking it has something to do with, like, if you mess with my kids, then I'm going to mess with your kids. This is for entertainment only. This is for fun and entertainment only on YouTube. So I don't think he thinks too highly of his oldest daughter or any of the kids of Trump's, but he's just tired of Trump picking on his children and his wife and his family and all the bullshit he's put out there. This is strange because this is kind of the energy. I always, when I read my card, everybody reads them different. But my fourth house is kind of the energy around the third house. And so this is people celebrating. I think is some people, and you know, that doesn't want to see Ivanka skate out of this. But this is people celebrating. So maybe he's going to get the whole family. I don't know. That was when I turned that over. That's what I thought. He knows so much more about what's going on, what's been going on, what took place, that even somebody interested in wanting to hear it all like I do, it would probably take me hours if all this information came out that nobody has a chance to know. There's so much more to this story, and it goes way deep and way back, and he's definitely going to shine a light on it. This is in the sky over the reading. But it's also the present. So I'm hoping he shines more light on it than he's intending to, because some of this stuff they're still not really wanting to let every bit of it out by having this is in the sky over this reading, this present reading. But that could change. He could want more of it out as things keep coming forward. It could just get so bad he just says, screw it, I'm putting it all out. And look, this is in the near future. So I think this is the next few weeks or before the end of this month. We got the Justice card here. Another main arcana. So we pulled the Emperor over a Justice card to start with, and now another main arcana Justice card, and this is in the 6th house, which is the coming future, coming up. Previews of coming attractions. Justice is coming through. This is in the 7th house. This is all the deals that people's made around Donald Trump that know what was going on. These are all the deals that they've made with Jack Smith. He's got a lot of people that were turning state's evidence, federal evidence, or however they call that. A lot of people turning evidence on just, I asked what he thought about Trump, so this is mostly about Trump. We got some lady high up in government or high up in a judgeship or something. She's the Queen of Wands. Maybe this is even Bonnie Willis or something, but there's some lady that he's working with that he's even finding more stuff out of because they're kind of sharing some stuff or something. The hopes and fears, and probably what everybody's asking is, when is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? We'll see when, maybe when draw some cards out for this month and see if it shows all this justice coming through. This would be pretty obvious if it came out on a certain week, these cards here. But we got the Three of Wands. So maybe right after the middle of July. Could definitely be right after the middle of July, especially with the first coming on a Saturday like this. And the last card, this is what he thinks of Trump. He's burning. His kingdom is coming down. So that's kind of cute. And another main arcana. I was wondering where they were in that first 10. Now there's quite a few in here for just 10 cards. We got 4 of them out of the 10 that are main arcana. So it starts with the King of Swords. He thinks he's coming after him. I asked what he thought of Donald Trump. He's really coming after him. And he's got the government and everybody else backing him and helping him find stuff on him. He's even thinking, even at one time, was thinking maybe he could leave some of the family alone. He ain't leaving nobody alone. If they're guilty, he's going to get them. And that's going to make people happy because they're going to feel like he's not playing games, that he's there. He's just there and doing what he needs to be done. This is a light being shined on a lot of dirty deeds. We think we know most of everything that happened. I don't think most of us have a clue as to what's been going on. And this is justice right on his ass. And this is in the near future. So I think this is in the next couple of weeks. Before the end of this month. This is all the deals. We got the Lover's card in the 7th house. And that sure doesn't mean he loves Trump. That's all everybody that's turned on Trump. All kinds of people he thought he could, I don't know, that was afraid of him. I don't know what he thought. He's got such a God complex. Maybe he just thought nobody would say anything about him. But it's not going to work that way. And the energy around this is this Queen of Wands. So, I don't know. I don't think Melania would come out as a Queen of Wands. That's somebody that's really usually astute and smart and got her brain in the right place and got some kind of authority. But I don't know who for sure who this Queen of Wands is, but she's involved in a lot of these deals that's been being made. Maybe it's a female attorney working with him or another prosecutor or something. Very well could be a female prosecutor, but somebody working with him really helped him set up these deals. And then we've got the 3-week card. So I think it'd be about the middle of July, something might happen. And then, and this is what he thinks of him. I don't think Donald Trump has too many options before this is over. Except maybe just to tell him, see if he can do some kind of a deal. Who knows? Can't imagine him ever doing a deal because the man's bullshit crazy. I don't know. It's like he's not even on this planet, and I can't believe that he's not in a nut house, but there's so many people following him. It's like there's a crazy people hysteria going on out there or something. I mean, I know it's like cult behavior, but it's worse than cult behavior. But that's the ones that like him, and I don't think there's that many. I think the news media is going way out of their way to find it, and I think that I've got to the point where every time they start talking about Donald Trump winning, winning the election at all or acting like they're afraid of it on any news media or anything like that, he shouldn't even be allowed to get the nomination, because if he's already it won't be over, but maybe it's obvious that he's been committing treason for YouTube only and entertainment only YouTube. So I don't fun and entertainment. This is whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna let that go, but I'll tell you what Jack Smith thinks of Trump. Exactly what I thought he thought of him. I couldn't have pulled better cards if I had looked through the deck and laid him out for that. So it's not like he's picking on him. It's just what he thinks of him. And I don't think you could think too highly of anybody, even if this wasn't his job to go after him. I think he thinks he's toast, no matter what. He's getting him from all angles. He ain't going to get out of this. So, let's see what's next here. To know if Elaine Cannon, however you say it, Elaine Cannon or whatever, if she was going to go the distance. Otherwise, is she going to be there till the end of this trial, or is she going to screw up and get herself thrown out? Or I think there's going to be other trials, even if she ends up staying there and then letting him off even after he's found guilty, because that wouldn't surprise me, not the way the Supreme Court's acted. I mean, there is no honor among half of the thieves that are in our Justice Department and in the Supreme Court and stuff. So is Elaine Cannon, is she going to go the distance, I guess is what the question is. Is she going to be there all the way through this trial to the end of it? Oh, and I'm if you email me for a reading and I didn't text you back or call you back, do it again, because I've sent texts or talked to everybody that I had emails from. So if you haven't heard that from me yet, unless you just did it in the last 2 days, although I looked through there today and I didn't think there was any new ones on there even. But anyway, LynnTarotReadings@gmail.com. You can email me and we'll set you up with an appointment. I got some openings at the end of July coming up. So anyway, last week maybe, still isn't full all the way. I haven't looked at it today. But anyway, let's see. This is for Elaine Cannon. Is she going to go the distance? Judge Cannon. The one with her eyes look dead to me. And even in her pictures, it's like, first time I ever saw a picture of her even, I thought of the HMS Pinafore that's on Dead-Eye Dick or whatever. I just thought Dead-Eye Dick. And I thought that's not a nice thing to call her. But it just, she's smart. She wouldn't be a judge, even though she's not qualified to be the judge, to be the type of judge where she's at, because she doesn't have the training. But she's not dumb. We know she's not dumb. It's not like she looks like she's touched in the head or something. It's just that it's like something's missing. I can't explain it. I get feelings like that. I see auras around people. Not every time I look at somebody, I have to click down to see it, but I can even see it through the TV sometime, and it always amazes me when I find out what I thought was true. I don't know why. I mean, it's been going on for years. Maybe I just don't have enough faith in my helpers around me. Let's put it that way. Sometimes. So this is Aileen Cannon. What's going on with you, Aileen Cannon? What are you gonna go the distance on this trial? Well, it starts out with the Hermit. Somebody's got to looking at every move she makes. She's definitely being watched. She's totally being watched in case they want to call her out on something. The Republicans party's really, really happy that she's the judge. But this isn't nothing. They're happy so far. So maybe they're going to stay happy. If they stay happy, that must mean she goes the distance. The foundation is strength. But this is feminine strength. This is strength from the heart, the mind, the spiritual side. I don't think she's going to have a come to Jesus moment, even though that's all they talk about. They don't even have a clue what Jesus taught, 90% of them. So I don't know what the strength card's doing at the bottom. Maybe just a lot of strong people watching her, because it's right underneath the Hermit, and the Republican Party celebrating because she got this. We got them checking her out still. The Republican Party already thinking we got this. So maybe that's part of that. Maybe that's Donald Trump thinking he's got it. I don't know, and the people around him. Okay. I'm answering my questions because I'm asking them before I draw the cards. This is Donald Trump. This is the past influence over the present. So he thinks he's got this in the bag because of Aileen Cannon. It's his inner, and they're also talking. They're communicating some way. In the present, she feels kind of blocked. She feels like she really has to watch her P's and Q's. She knows that she could get stopped, whatever. Get a lot of her authority. I can't explain it, but she knows she can be this, that's it, or something. So something's going on here. So in the future, at least for the near future, she's going to take the high ground. She's going to try to do everything right by the book and not even show that she wants to postpone this, which we know she does. Maybe little postponements, but nothing big. She thinks she's going the distance. This is her. Even though we're reading on will she go the distance overall? This is her 7th house. Right now, she thinks she's got total control and total whatever, that she's in charge. She's the big kahuna. Got the most cojones. So, the energy around this is she better look like she's fair and balanced, because if she does anything that doesn't appear to be fair and balanced, maybe she will be going and not be able to go the distance on this. Although so far, nothing says she's not. This is the DOJ checking everything she does, and she fears them. So that's why she's being careful. That's why she's taking the high ground here. And trying to say that, act like justice is blind and she's going to do this right. But we got the Queen of Pentacles as the outcome. I don't see her as the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know what the Queen of Pentacles could mean for the outcome. Could be government coming in. I'm going to cut these cards and draw a clarifier for this last card. I was when I seen the Queen of Pentacles, I thought there's not money exchanging for this. But here's like money coming out of the sky. Maybe this is how Eileen Cannon feels about like it's just dropped in on her. This like this is good for notoriety, and I mean she's going to be a judge in charge of the first criminal case against a president. She's feeling like this opportunity just fell out of the sky for her. But that still doesn't say whether she's going to go the distance or not. They're going to try to get her out of there. This is some offer being made. I was only going to draw 10 cards. Now I'm cutting the deck and drawing them. By the DOJ. So I don't know if she stepped sideways and they try to tell her that it's time for her to leave or what, but it's not coming in here whether she's going to stay the distance or not. Shows the Democrats being happy in the end and the Republicans being happy to start with. That could be, no, she's not going to go the distance, because I truthfully feel like even if they find him guilty on a lot of stuff, that she may just let him go without even whatever after he's found guilty. I don't know. But let's go back through this. This is him taking a deep, deep, hard look, not only at what she's done up to this, but everything she does every single day. This is the Republicans being elated because she got this case. This is the strength card in the foundation because Donald Trump thinks he don't even have to worry about this, that he's got it in the bag no matter what by having her for the judge. This is her trying to figure out how she's going to make people look like this is blind justice, because you know that unless things really change, she's not going to be able to take the high ground, because she wants to show that she's taken the high ground. And she loves all this attention, to think that she's going to get to be the star in this, be the judge, like I said, the first judge to be in charge of the prosecution, criminal prosecution against somebody's been the president. This is her shuffling paperwork, money, shuffling shit around, trying to make it look better or go her way or whatever. She feels like she's going to have to do a dance through this, or she is doing a dance through this. This is our government really looking it over. Whatever dance it is, they don't like it too much. And then the next one is the female Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this is, I don't know what it's got to do with her, but maybe this is Donald Trump's, maybe, I can't imagine him taking that Alina Habba in there. I mean, I don't even think she's going to be a lawyer by the time he gets to court. But I don't know what's going on there. But here's money like notoriety and money falling out of the sky to her. But here's an offer. And this is like from the DOJ or something, telling her that maybe if she don't want to lose, maybe, I don't know. But the last card I drew was the Democrats being happy. So whatever the outcome is, I still don't know if she's going to go the distance or not. And that was a lot of cards. If she does, it'd be because she's watching her P's and Q's. But I don't know. Whatever the outcome is, the Democrats are going to be happy. So whether she goes a distance or not, it looks like they're going to get him on some counts enough to show that he's a criminal. Prove that he's a criminal. Everybody knows he's a criminal. God, that's so silly. You even say that. So, what else is in here? Time is really going. Oh my God, I was going to read on for this month, but maybe I won't have time because it's already been an hour. So what was the other personal thing I was going to read on here was There's supposed to be 32 more indictments coming down. And it looks like it's going to be pretty close. That was one of the things I was going to read on, but I won't do that. So I'm going to pull just a couple of cards for each week coming up. For the first week and starting today and what's going on and go through this month. I just do 4 of them. I don't count the days or go tell people exactly what day it is, but let's, I haven't done this for a while. I used to do it all the time. So, So for July, thank you for coming in, people, to help me. People from both sides. Thank you for watching this. So, for July, the first week is a Wheel of Fortune. So it's coming in with a boom for information we're wanting. It's going to change a lot of people's lives. And I don't know if we're going to know the extent of it, because some of it might be in testimonies that they're getting under the table, but we've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Karma coming back to bite people in the ass. Anyway, it's starting out with big changes coming in. Offers being made, people wanting to testify. This is the first week. We're going to hear about more people coming in than we've already heard about even. Most of it's going to be what people watching this channel would consider good news. This is right at the 1st of July here. And then we got Temperance, so delay by the end of the week. Something that was going to get pushed forward a little quicker is delayed just a little bit longer. And then the second week, I'd say Monday of the second week, we got big news coming out. They're going to be putting a whole bunch of stuff forward. Big news, big news. What's the news about? Well, we got it here. The news is about what's going on with Trump and this whole stuff. So it's going to be legal news. Of course, we're doing politics anyway. Oh, gosh. Ton of stuff coming out. Bunch more stuff. Look at this. Look at this. Got the Ten of Wands. So much work for the DOJ and about... because they're just keep running into more and more stuff that this man's done and got his finger in. And I think by the end of the second week, when I said we were really going to hear something, I think it's going to have to do with Russia being involved in and even him getting elected. Maybe this is a Mueller report coming out and redacted. I don't know, but something's coming out about Russia, something big about Russia. By about the 15th of June, July. And this is the world. So I don't know if this is the world watching or if it would be world changing. But we're going across here. If we go across the top, this is the third week. So it's world-changing news, something to do with Russia. I don't know, we got the Democrats in there, something they're bringing forward, or the government. This is sometimes the White House, something, not that they're involved, but the administration. If I had any trust in our justice system, I would say that they were going to lock him up till his trial is. It was going to be that devastating. But I think Merrick Garland would be afraid to do that. If he stood right out there and took one of those big guns and shot 10 people, I'm not sure Merrick Garland and they would actually go arrest his ass and put him in jail till they bring him in front of a jury, because that's how afraid they are of looking political in any way. But this is like somebody going to jail. And since Donald Trump's in this, all around this, and it could be him or maybe some of the people high up the ladder close to him. Maybe his buddy Walt or something. Because this is our government coming in to put him in jail. So it could be something to do, Russia, the Pentagon, something, I don't know. I don't know, but this is July. This is like the third week. And by the fourth week, America's going to be pretty happy. America's going to be feeling like they're finally getting, I can't believe this is all coming out for this next month, but it looks like it's stuff just coming together for us. Let's see. There's going to be a lot of political fighting over the last week of this month. A lot of political fighting. A lot of people hollering and screaming their heads off because justice is starting to take care of. And most of the people that are doing the most hollering are people that's going to probably be in trouble for what they put back. And I'm naming my cards before I even pull them. What they've got buried and what they know and what they've got put back and what's coming out on them. I know this sounds stupid because he never thinks he does anything wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump's not wanting to make a plea deal, even by the end of July. I don't know if it's for everything across the board or what, but this is some kind of offer being made. And who's it being made to? Let's cut these and just draw one. It's being made to Trump. Not calling him our emperor or anything like that. But it's something between the government, something big. He thinks he's an emperor. So that looks like that's what's going on. Let's do this again. Week 1, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. This is karma coming back to bite this whole situation on the ass. This is Jack Smith making a deal with somebody or something that makes a lot of women happy. And then it slows down for a few days. You don't hear too much for a couple of days. We're getting so spoiled we want to hear something every day. Then we've got big news coming out at the beginning of the second week about Donald Trump. And all these other indictments coming forward, and a lot of information coming out about Russia and Russia's involvement in our government. Either during, before, or whatever, with the Trump term, because Trump's right in here in this deal. So that's what's going on there. And then the third week, we've got the world. Not that the world isn't watching us already to see if this guy ever gets his just dues, but we got the world card here. So this is like, things is, a lot of politicians have looked at they're going to be looking at differently or be amazed or like I said, there's so much stuff coming out it's going to amaze people. And this is going to make everybody feel better, or everybody in the Biden administration, or everybody in the maybe Justice Department, because this is a high up Democratic card, and not that the Justice Department, please don't misinterpret me. I'm not saying they have anything to do with this, but it is his DOJ, and the one that the DOJ chose that's doing this. This is Trump, or somebody really high up. I still think it's Trump being pulled in and actually even put in jail. They might not keep him there forever, but he's being put there, and he's being put there by our government. So there ain't no way they're going to prove treason without a trial, but they may have, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but something big, and this is the third week. The fourth week, America's going to kind of be celebrating, but not everybody. There's going to be people maybe trying to do damage to people out in the streets. And then we've got all the goods that we need to win any trial against him. There's some, I don't know what's coming out, but it's big. This is maybe Donald Trump trying to make an offer back, another dumb offer, or Smith making him an offer or something, because, and it is Trump. I think it's Trump trying to make our government an offer, saying he'll plead guilty to everything if they just let him go or let him off, or I don't know. But I think this, I was reading for July. I wasn't expecting this to all bundle out so quick, but the best I can tell you guys is there's some big news coming out in July. Maybe I'm just run away with these cards because they're all so descriptive, but yeah, there's big news coming out. Now, I don't see any swords in his back or a death card or anything like that, so I think he's still running and up and going, and there's some deep politicking or some deep problems with this card, people trying to cause fights in the street, but they're already doing that. If you watch Dr. Rashad Ritchie's show on TYT, you can't believe what they're doing in the streets to people already because of this hate and discontent being spit out by these assholes. So anyway, it looks like it's going to be a very, very, very interesting month. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and night, and namaste.